Regular meeting for May 2nd. Please silence or shut off your cell phones if you would, please, and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I know it, maybe we should.
Welcome, everybody. So we will go over the additions and deletions at this time. Ellen?
You can be the
Public Health Amendment Number 3, House Bill 3492, Contract for Professional Services between Lake County and Northwest Code Professionals. Deletions, support letter for airport infrastructure funding application, support letter for Lake County Umbrella Watershed Council, non-disturbance agreement from the New Sun Energy.
All right, thank you very much. Either one of the commissioners have any additions or deletions?
No.
Okay. First order of business, public comment. No public comment. Okay, with that, we're going to go right into our agenda. I asked Kevin to come in today, and we'll get that over with right away so you can hop on out of here.
Okay.
So, landfill contract. We went over this a couple times in commissioners' meetings. We met with commissioners individually. We gave a real good overview yesterday. And the only reason why I asked you to come back in was if there was any additional questions anybody had, or if the public had any questions. And so I have no further questions.
I don't either.
No, it's chatted with them earlier today, I have no questions.
So, and Kevin, nothing has changed since yesterday, everything good? So, what we're being asked for is direction on whether we will continue to contract out the landfill or if we'll operate it ourselves, and we'll need that in motion, what direction we're going to go. Our contract ends in a few months from now, so need to make that decision as a board today.
I'll make that motion that we move towards our county operations of the landfill going forward.
I'll second the motion.
Motion's been made and seconded to do the operations of the Lake County landfill effective whenever the contract is over. Any further discussion?
I wasn't here yesterday, I had to be in Ben, but might give a reasoning. Basically, the county is responsible for it, it's a high liability situation.
And actually that's in the summary, that ultimately Lake County as a permit holder is solely responsible for every aspect of the landfill. So in moving forward with especially a new site that we're getting permitted, ownership, I guess is the word I'm looking for, and ownership and pride in that, I think, is most attainable by a county operated facility.
Just a comment, there's two things that really come in line with this. Is we're right at getting the permit for the new landfill, small landfill permit, and the contract coming to an end. So both hit about the same time, which makes perfect sense with all the compliances and everything that go along with this for the county to be the operator.
Yep.
And also, for the public notice, you have had extensive various training to ensure that we cover our liabilities.
2 years ago, went to management of landfill operation, which is a SWANA training certificate, and this past year to get another certificate on transfer station management of transfer stations. So both of those are SWANA, a solid waste association in America. It's a nationally kind of accredited fraternity, if you will, company that certifies you in that line of work.
Well, and you, on behalf of Lake County, have to have those certifications regardless of how it's being run, so.
Any manager.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. So with that, Kevin, you'll be getting in contact with our operator we have now. If there's need, and if you set up a meeting, if you need a commissioner to go with you, I would volunteer.
Very
to
good.
do that. I'll leave that to your discretion.
Yep,
What
thank
you
you.
need or don't need.
While I'm here, do you guys do you need anything else on the Forest Service either?
We're gonna do that one next. We'll get yours right out of the way. Next item, cooperative forest road agreement. Went over this yesterday. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Legal counsel reviewed it. You did say that there was a part of it, Kevin, that,
The part that says draft on there, you guys won't be signing today. It's an example of what the preliminary work was planned, I guess is the best way to say that. The other one is a 7-page document, is a co-op agreement or interagency agreement to be able to even, we had to have one agreement to have the next. So there are some changes on that draft because in meeting with FHWA and the Forest Service on site, they elected to have us, the county, do a little bit more work, and I'd like to document it on that draft version, so that part will come back to you. And
The first
the
section.
part that says draft, yes.
But the cooperative forest road.
The cooperative we have to have to enter into any other agreement, so.
And I'm sure it was covered yesterday, but for any of the audience that was not taken up yesterday, we're working on the Dog Lake Road on the county park, and the forest needs some work to write continuously, so they're contracting with us to do work on their road.
This proposed work in the draft is to finish what the repair was from the slide. So there's a little bit of shoulder widening, there's some riprap to get installed, and then to pave. And they elected to work with us because we will be right there doing that work and have all those, I
And if
guess.
people want more information on that you talked about yesterday, Jimmy's
in
recording.
other words,
this.
the audience has heard it twice now.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the audience from yesterday, the viewing of the video can be done.
I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the cooperative forest road agreement between Lake County and the USDA Forest Service for Wainema National Forest as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the cooperative forest road agreement between Lake County and USDA Forest Service. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I think you're,
I just need time.
Kevin, thanks for coming back up.
Yep, thank
Didn't
you.
think we would need you, but
And I hope you learned your lesson not to
Oh, yeah, I was gonna call her.
piss off a commissioner, yeah, break the other ankle.
okay,
I'll stop
I'm
in
sorry, Melanie.
sometime.
Did we add to the agenda the
You don't need
proclamation?
it tomorrow, right?
Or- Must be able to.
Looks like
We're
this.
good?
I have a proclamation on the agenda.
I put it first.
Yeah, state other business, the new agenda that you got. It's state of Oregon proclamation.
The one I brought you this morning.
No, it's right here. Oh, it's in the bold print.
Yeah.
And so I went past that. I apologize to everybody. So yesterday we had DOC here, Steve Brown, and he asked for us to put this proclamation into record. So I would, I guess you guys want me to read that into record? Is what
Yes.
I'm guessing you guys said. Okay, so I'll read into record the governor's proclamation, so it will sound a little bit different because it is her proclamation. State of Oregon Proclamation, Office of the Governor. Whereas the Oregon Department of Corrections and the Oregon Youth Authority are vital members of the state's criminal justice and public safety systems. And whereas Corrections and Youth Authorities employees distinguish themselves daily by their professionalism in supervising adult and youth offenders and in carrying out their agencies, missions, values, and goals with enthusiasm and pride. And whereas Corrections and Youth Authority employees model ethical and pro-social behaviors while holding offenders accountable for their actions and reducing the risk of future criminal behavior. And whereas Corrections and Youth Authority employees are highly trained and productive members of Oregon's workforce. And whereas the state of Oregon is proud to join with the rest of the nation in honoring the dedication and professionalism of the women and men who are Corrections and Youth Authority employees. Now therefore, and this isn't me, I, Kate Brown, Governor of the state of Oregon, hereby proclaim May 7th through the 13th, 2018 to be the National Correctional Employees Week in Oregon, and encourage all Oregonians to join in this observance. I'm not reading the rest of it. That's just this hill. So that's in record. Did the press get a copy of that, I'm sure? All the records are going out of order. Our next item is House Bill 3492. Dave.
Morning, Dave.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
So I'm here before you guys today to try to do a little housekeeping. In our office, as things come in, we call them discoveries. And legal counsel Jim Bailey emailed me earlier this week, and in regards to I've been kind of trying to take over the pilot program for the solar, and getting all our records in order and things, and ducks in a row. And his question was, do we have a copy of the Board of Action of Implementation of House Bill 3492 in a pilot? And so I did some research with Melanie and some other things, and discovering in March 2nd, it was brought before the board, there was some discussion, and there was going to be a motion to be acted on at the next meeting on March 16th. With that being said, the House bill was never added to the agenda on the 16th and apparently never acted on. So I responded back to Jim Bailey saying I think we had some housekeeping to do. We need to make a motion on this file to adopt that. And he replied, he says, yes, we do. We need to make a motion to enact and ratify all actions carried out since March 16th of 2015. 16. So with that being said, the county has acted on, we currently have 5 pilots in place acting on House Bill 3492. I brought to you guys before a support document that went along with it, a pilot application which gave the assessor's office more information about contacting relations to tax collection and working with valuation. And you guys approved that. And this occurred during the previous assessor's administration, and at that time I don't think it just ever got followed up on. So I would like to ask you guys today to move forward with this, and we can retro it back to that March 16th date.
Of 2015.
16, I misquoted.
Okay.
You guys have any questions on this? So in the House bill, in section 1, it says the local governing body of the county, the owner of a person in possession and control of a solar project located within the county may enter into an agreement which exempts the property from taxes. And so that's a pilot in a nutshell. And then it has another fee process that goes through, and it's centrally assessed. Anyway. So what do we need to do to go forward?
Well, there needs to be a motion that, within the motion, adopts this and ratifies all actions that this would affect from that date to the present.
So moved.
Did you capture that as a motion? Okay. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adopt House Bill 3492 with ratification of all projects that were inclusive back to that date. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank
Motion
you,
carries.
Dave.
Thank you guys
Appreciate it.
for.
Thank you. Thank you for getting that, Dave.
Yep.
Appreciate that. Jennifer, I know you got things going. We'll get you out of here. And so this is an addition, so we need some explanation on this one, please.
So, right now in Lake County, in the building department, we don't have anybody to perform commercial plan review. With Klamath giving us notice and Kenny coming on board, he's not a commercial plans examiner for structural. He can do mechanical and he can do plumbing, but not structural plan review. And so we are wanting to enter into an agreement with Northwest Code Professionals LLC for commercial plan review. We have commercial plans sitting on our desk right now and cannot move forward with them.
With any luck, lots more to come.
Yeah,
So, yep.
yeah. So these guys are out of Eugene, Oregon. The state of Oregon, Jay Henry, the representative that's been coming down here and working with us a little bit, he's the one that gave us their contact. And so we did have Jim Bailey look it over and sign it, and then there was a spot for a manager of the department / or commissioner, and so Ken signed it as the manager. He's in Christmas Valley today doing inspections, so he had me come in here and relay this to you.
And cost related?
$90 an hour for plan review.
And that's covered through the permitting process and so forth.
Yeah. So we paid Klamath County for a plan review, not as much, but
It's what we need.
we have to have,
Until further notice, this is what we need.
yeah.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the contract for professional services between Lake County and Northwest Code Professionals LLC as presented, effective yesterday.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve contract for professional services between Lake County, Oregon, and Northwest Code Professionals LLC. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you for.
You're off to the races, Jennifer.
Yeah.
All right, so getting back. Is anybody here on a time frame? I'll jump all over the place if somebody has to get out of here. If not, we'll go back in order. Everybody's good? Okay. Public Health Amendment number 3.
And thanks ahead of time, Ann.
You're welcome. In reading through this amendment, it appears that we're being asked to sign off on this due to the federal, the federal grant notifications to the state. This agreement actually was sent to us early in January. We just missed it. We thought we'd signed it already, but we'd signed a different amendment. So there's no dollars associated with the amendment here. It's just stating that some of the federal dollars at that point in time were budgeted, not clearly known. And then also it's an update to the grant reporting form that we use quarterly. So this is agreement 154118, amendment number 3. But again, no dollars associated with it. So it's just process and paperwork.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve agreement number 154118, amendment number 3, as presented.
I have a second motion. Motion's been made and seconded to accept agreement number 154118, this third amendment. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Ann. Professionals.
Are we gonna go to budget resolutions for any?
Oh, yes. I'm way off today, guys, hang with me. I was reading in the red there. Budget resolutions are next, sorry about that.
So I'll be brief. We discussed these yesterday. Resolution number 2017-08 is in the matter of unanticipated revenue, and it allows the fair fund to increase materials and services and capital, and uses local resources that they've earned throughout the year to get that accomplished.
Are we gonna take these one at a time, wait till the end?
No, we take them all one at a time, because each are different numbers.
No, but I mean, are we gonna wait till Lane gets through all of them, or do we
Oh,
want to do them as we go?
I'd say do them as we go.
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution number 2017-08, in the matter of unanticipated revenue.
No, second motion.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution number 2017-08. Any further discussion?
Yes. I wasn't here yesterday, so I'm still getting caught up. Where did this money increase come from?
Carnival revenue, and then just fair and motel tax.
Good.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next one, Ann.
2017-09 is in the matter of an appropriation transfer for the Veteran Services Fund. The automobile purchase that was approved came in higher than the estimated cost. So they have savings in personnel services because they have not hired a part-time position yet. Overall expenditures remain the same, but an increase in capital of $4,000 and a decrease in personnel services.
So I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2017-09, in the matter of appropriations transfer.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution number 2017-09. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And we have more.
2017-10, again, is in the matter of an appropriation transfer. This is for the jail department. Their copier capital cost came in higher than estimated, but they have savings in materials and services. So this is a capital increase of $2,100 and a decrease in materials and services of the same amount. Overall, total expenditures are $1.1 million.
I'll make a motion that we accept resolution number 2017-10 as given.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept resolution number 2017-10. Further discussion? Other discussion I have on this, I asked the question yesterday if these printers fit, talking plural, whoever gets the next resolutions soon, fit our process, and they do. I'm not sure who signed a contract for these, but all contracts should come through the Board of Commissioners.
Yep.
So, anyways, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Resolution number 2017-11, again, in the matter of an appropriation transfer. This is very similar to the jail department. The sheriff department purchased a copier as well. Again, the cost came in higher than the estimate. They also have savings in materials and services, so this is an increase of $2,100 in capital and a decrease of the same amount in materials and services. Overall, total expenditures remain the same at $1.2 million.
No, go ahead.
I move that we accept resolution number 2017-11
Second.
as given.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to accept resolution number 2017-11 in the matter of unappropriated transfer. Any further discussion? Same comment as before. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
2017-12 is in the matter of an appropriation transfer also. This is for the Marine Enforcement Grant. Very small grant we received for marine enforcement of equipment in lakes. They will have more materials and services need than anticipated, but will have savings in salaries. So again, overall expenditures remain the same at $4,000. Will increase materials and services $5,000 and decrease personnel services $500. Did I say 5,000?
5,000, yes.
Materials and services increased 500, personnel services decreased 500.
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution number 2017-12 in the matter of an appropriations transfer.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution number 2017-12. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
2017-13 is also, again, in the matter of an appropriation transfer. This one's for the Public Health Fund. They will have more materials and services expenditures than anticipated due to state vaccine purchases where we got off of the quarterly timeline. In essence, we will pay 5 quarters this fiscal year instead of 4 quarters. Due to staffing changes, though, they do have salaries savings, and so overall total expenditures remain the same at $637,000. We need an increase in materials and services of $30,000 and a decrease in personnel services of $30,000.
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution number 2017-13 in the matter of an appropriations transfer.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution number 2017-13. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next one.
2017-14 is in the matter of unanticipated revenue. This is for the Special Transportation Fund. We will have more grant revenue from the state of Oregon. In this fiscal year, it's still the same allocation for the biennium. We're just drawing down more funds in this first fiscal year than we had anticipated, which also means we've been paying that out to service providers, so we will increase resources and increase materials and services $45,000. It means the second half of the biennium, we will see less revenue and less payments. So overall, the biennium stays.
Ms. Melanie said she's working on that with the folks. So I'll make a motion, we approve resolution number 2017-14 in the matter of unanticipated revenue.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution number 2017-14. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you very much, Ann.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All stuff.
Yeah, we hear about this now.
Now we have Jay. Everyone departs.
What? And everyone departs except for those.
I don't blame them.
I don't even, I looked out there, pretty boring meeting. So Jay, this is the air ambulance and ground service. Go ahead and give a little bit of overview. Commissioner Kestner wasn't here yesterday.
I think I mentioned yesterday that we're fairly happy with our health insurance because it insures for that big risk. You know, maximum out of pocket for an individual is $2,500, family $5,500. You know, that's worst case scenario. So we're fairly happy with that. The one area that we have, the one area that could become a huge pitfall for an employee is with the air ambulance service. Those costs are outrageous, and we fly a surprising number of people out each year.
And say we.
The county. We have had, every year we've had several county employees flown out. And those bills have been sometimes enormous, over $70,000. And I haven't seen one in a long time under 30. So there's a potential for a really big bill there. So what this service does is well, currently we're covered with Air Med Care. We're covered if we have almost guaranteed coverage if we're flown out from this area or this, this general vicinity. Once we get away from here, or if we're flown down south to Reno, we're likely to be flown by a different carrier that's not part of this Air Med Care network, and we don't have that coverage. This coverage is good for any employee anywhere in the United States and Canada.
And family members.
And no, the family members part of that is the platinum upgrade.
Oh, okay.
So the basic service that we're proposing here is $160 per employee per year, but it covers every employee, every person in your household under the age of 26, just like insurance, anywhere in the United States and with any carrier. So it doesn't matter who flies you out or which ground ambulance service carries you, you're covered under this agreement.
So,
Go ahead.
Jay, on the forms that we have here, I know this isn't official yet, but I didn't notice that yesterday, the membership, it has both the platinum and the Immersion Plus checked. And platinum's $468.
Oh, we would offer that platinum plan to our employees at their own cost.
Okay.
So we would offer that as a payroll deduction and help facilitate that if that's what they so choose.
Okay, but it's just clear for the company, if we were to approve this at some point,
Right.
that we're not signing our employees up for platinum and paying for it.
Correct.
And earlier you mentioned it covered every employee and members of the family under 26. That's also inclusive of the spouse.
Yeah, spouse and dependents under the age of 26, yeah. Just like your health insurance.
That's for the standard. And so I'm not on track today, well, I guess. So the platinum is for any place in the world, basically.
Anywhere in the world.
For every family member.
Yep.
The one that we're talking about will, immediate family members and employee will be covered in the United States. Am I correct
Yes.
on that?
And Canada.
And Canada, up to 26 years old, the same as.
Right.
Okay. Just want to make sure I was clear on that, Jay. I thought I was,
But just for further clarity, the platinum is the employee's choice if they want, and it's at their cost.
Yeah, and that's an upgrade. It covers a lot of other things. So if you're in an accident somewhere away from home, and you have children with you, or you're pulling a horse trailer, or whatever, they're going to get everything that you have there back home. Or if you're involved in an accident somewhere and you're hospitalized, they will bring your spouse to you. There's just a lot of different coverages that are added on to that, in addition to the worldwide coverage. So if you're visiting the pyramids in Egypt, you're covered. They'll fly you home and your family members that are with you.
But the essence of my question, that is at the employee's cost with extra coverage, not the county cost.
Correct.
It's an option.
And we currently have our air ambulance service. It's enforced, we've got it in the budget, we've got $100 in the budget. So we're good to go if we don't take action on this right now. And
Yeah, if you don't take action on this, we will continue with AirMed Care. And like I said, in this area, the coverage has improved greatly. A few years ago, we were concerned every time we saw airplane or the helicopter pulling out of Lakeview. We're really literally holding our breath that that's not one of our employees, and or if it is, that's our, in the AirMed Care network. But now they basically bought out most of the competition here in the area. Mercy Flights. I can't remember.
Yeah.
The one out of Klamath Falls.
Airlink?
Airlink is part of that too now, but the emergency air transport, I think, is what they were called in Klamath.
So-
it's still gonna remain $60.
Yep.
So, Jay, this was taken, the reason why you're here is taken before the insurance committee.
Yes.
The insurance committee recommendation is to upgrade to the $160 plan with the option for employees to go up to the other plan at their own cost above the 160.
Yes.
For all departments, inclusive of every department, the fiscal impact would be $8,500 to the county, inclusive of the road department and everything. So
Right.
special revenue departments and enterprise funds and everything would pay their own.
Yeah, and this is, as far as payroll is concerned, payroll is, general fund is just slightly more than 50% of the total, so
At 50% the same.
just slightly more than 50.
So general fund impact would be basically $4,250.
Yeah.
So I myself am very encouraged about this, and I haven't read here, this is slated to take effect
July 1st.
July 1st. I know this isn't a work session, but I'm gonna go ahead and go here and have the discussion, what if we implemented it right away?
Good. But we still have that, we've already paid for and we have that AirLink or Air Medcare coverage through the end of June.
Yeah, you know, and we've already paid that. I just, it seems like we have more and more people flow now. We have more and more employees traveling, going to trainings and everything. Our exposure is out there for somebody to get hit with that $70,000 bill. I'm just sort of.
I agree with you, Commissioner, but based on some opportunities that we might have, personally, I'm gonna visit with Jay at a later date and time, and I wanna keep this under consideration personally. I want to do that. Not that I don't agree with that. We had, as you said, a great discussion on it yesterday. It's a very valuable insurance for our employees, but I think that there's a little more discussion I need to have with Mr. Collins. So that's where I'm at.
And we wasn't here for the expanded discussion, discussion of the
Okay, there's no need for me to make a motion, and it's not going to go anyplace. Okay, so it seems like the consensus is to table it some, apparently we need some more information. So.
Well, I think we can bring it back, Commissioner, to the next meeting for action or consideration.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Darwin, yours was,
Mine was deleted, but I just was gonna follow up saying I've told you, son, about your discussion, our discussion yesterday, and just told him to move forward with submitting those agreements, fill in the blanks and give them to us, and we'll likely take them under consideration, but the draft template looked fine, so I was just gonna follow up with that. And most of the stuff we just talked about was stuff I wanted to hear anyways.
okay, all right, I just didn't want to overlook anything.
Nope.
Good, meeting for. Okay, our next item is minutes. How many steps?
4.
4.
Work session 4/3 of 2018, regular session 4/4 of 2018, special session 11/29 of 2017, and special session 11/30 of 2017.
Which of those was in attendance or not? I haven't had a chance to look at them.
I sent them to you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm still catching up after my 2 weeks of having a flu. I mean,
I don't know which ones you were there for. I'm sorry.
that's
Do you have them there?
I have them here, I'm looking for,
Because I did print one.
I only have 3 sets here, you have.
So the special session was concluded. That was when you were doing interviews for my position. You adjourned, didn't adjourn, sorry. You recessed until the following day at 10 o'clock.
So
So they're clipped together.
Okay, so on April 4th, Commissioner Kestner was there. April 3rd, Commissioner Kestner was not, and on November 29th, Commissioner Kestner wasn't, so you, and the 30th the same.
so I needed to know that, to know which one I could vote on, which is the April 4th.
So I'll make a motion to approve April 3rd, April 4th, November 29th, and November 30th as presented.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
I
I'll say aye too when I was pressing that. And
Motion
abstain.
carries. Liaison updates.
I've got a few.
Take it away, sir.
So, excuse me. This is kind of a two-parter. Senator Wyden's office has approached me about chairing a committee, and at the same time, NACO has also, about 2 months ago, reached out and asked me to be part of a committee related to payments for counties. NACO's is going to be on PILT exclusively, but there's no way we can talk about PILT alone without discussing secure rural schools. The Senator's committee is probably going to involve, it will involve Ted Waters Economics, Mark Haggerty. We haven't set up any times yet, but we're going to talk about doing a proposal for a permanent solution to this secure rural schools as we've known it in the past payment situation. NACO's PILT will be talking about revisions to make it more equitable. That has not been opened up since the beginning of PILT, and it's a huge monster. I've asked Ann to be part of that, both committees, because of her work for all of us here in Oregon and Lake County, back in DC, and then the different meetings we've had, conference calls with Senator Wyden's office that I've included in, and they are definitely on board with that. So I'll update you as we start to have meetings and discussions. I'll be attending the WIR meeting in Idaho towards the end of May. They've asked me to help with the presentation on what our Western Region folks have put together. It's called the County Wildfire Playbook. It's an interactive online program that allows county officials, at this time, it's county officials, to be able to go in and click and on an area of understanding about wildfires that they believe they're in, their knowledge base, and then it walks them through how they can be involved in their community and with their agencies during wildfire occurrence, just a variety of things. It's, I think, going to be very useful to current and future leaders in counties across the country and specifically in the West. And then I'll have a WIFLIC meeting. I'm giving you a little heads up. It's in June. I'll probably be traveling on the 11th. It doesn't conflict with the WIR meeting and the WIFLIC meeting, just so you know. They don't conflict with our board meetings. And the WIFLIC meeting will be 2 days on site, and it'll take me the better part of the day to get there, and at least the better part of the day to get back. So that's all I'll give at this time.
Okay, very good. Appreciate the update. I have a few things here. The SCOAC meeting here Friday, 10 o'clock. Hope both of you are able to make that. The extension service meeting is the 15th at 1 o'clock. That same day, we have a 3:30 special session with the Planning Commission and Mr. Bailey. Talked to Melanie this morning, and that needs to be noticed as a special session because the Planning Commission and commissioners will be meeting on guidelines within the Planning Commission and how things come down through there.
That's at 3.
3:30 on the 15th is what I have down. Melanie, that same way you have?
Yes.
Okay.
Jeannie said your meeting prior will be about 2 hours.
The extension services at 1 o'clock that same day.
OSU.
OSU extension.
Yeah.
1 o'clock that same day.
And that's for their budget.
So, up and coming in June, I'm very proud that Oregon Transportation Commission, OTC, will be here 21st and 22nd. I'm putting together a tour for them through our executive board act, area committee of transportation. We all agreed, whether or not they'll make this materialize for absolute, is to try to pull together and tour them out to Deep Creek Curves to see that narrow spot there and try to at least get them to at least one crossing on the railroad tracks so they know our need for a railroad.
You can take them in the white bus.
Darwin drive. If there's enough passengers, but or enough space, we're not sure there's enough space. So ODOT may be bringing a different bus. But yes, I have already offered that bus.
Okay.
Well, that's June 21, 22?
Yep, here in Lakeview. So they're going to Jackie, Carlisle, and the other gal will be here. It's not Emily anymore, I can't remember. We're going to look and see if they think this room is big enough for them. If it's big enough, they'll schedule this. If not, we'll probably look at the Elks building, those two, for the commission. There's usually a dinner that night where you get opportunity to individually talk with some of the commissioners, directors, and different things for ODOT. So it's a big to-do. Looking forward to that. And I guess that's enough for right now as far as meeting on liaison updates. I did, before I get to yours, Ken, amendment, the third amendment on
Public health.
on mental health. We need to go back to that after. Go ahead with your liaison.
Just a little report back on the Bayview Wild Horse Training Facility. As everybody knows, that's not really a county function, but it does affect the county economics and other things. They had their April 14th adoption auction. It went well, but we was anticipating a little better, so we're going to reschedule next year for a better date. The other week we had the Travel Oregon Rural Studio meeting up at Ski Hill. That was very successful in laying out a game plan for enhancing tourism within the southern part of Lake County. The northern part is already part of the Little Pines program. Monday night I had a phone call from Walden's office. I believe you guys have been informed also that he'll be here tomorrow for a chamber meeting. But they asked me to give him a tour and a breakdown of the Brownsville, EPA Brownsville project that we have going, so I'll tack base with him first thing at 10:30. And then we'll gather at the chamber for his meeting with other business folks. And as both of you met Jason Lewis-Berry of the governor's office in charge of the recent solution. Was here last night for dinner and today talking to each of us. Mr. Berry welcoming to have him come to Lake County to give a broad perspective of our needs and attributes we have here. That's all I have.
I've got one other thing I just wanted to report out, sorry. I went and spent the day, I've been up there a few times recently, but I spent the day in Christmas Valley and nothing specific to report, although I got a call from Carl last night and Jennifer's following up on a couple of things this morning. She's having me take a look. We had some really good enlightening discussions, I think, during the day up there Friday. So.
We need to go back. It never got carried forward, but the third amendment amendment to the Oregon Health Authority. This was on our work session yesterday. We haven't got a response back from Trace or Charlie. I'm comfortable with going ahead with this amendment, and I will follow up with Trace and let them know they need to make sure and respond to these. This is a positive dollar amount coming in, but they need to start making sure they review these before we adopt them. So, anyway, so we have, I'll move to approve the third amendment to the 2017-2019 intergovernmental agreement for the financing of mental health, substance use disorders, and problem handling service agreement number 153127, positive impact of $15,000.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. With that, we will adjourn.